Yo, hello? Okay, hold up.
67812. That's
Let me see. Can you hear me?
You touch up your audio. All right.
Can you hear
Can
me?
you count to infinity? Can you count to infinity really quick?
Count to infinity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's good. All right, cool.
Alright, up. Alright, let's see. Let's invite you and see how this goes. With my day one noob, I guess.
Let's go.
I don't expect to play perfect since I only stayed up like an hour just practicing this character. After watching the new Alien movie, which it was okay. Cliff Wilson, correct?
Oh, you're doxing me. Holy shit. Ah.
Yeah, that's when it pops up on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think everyone's full name should be on the internet if they have an account. I don't think anyone should be anonymous. That's just my personal. There are other ways of protecting identity, but that's just me being based.
Yeah.
Even like accounts that dox people, they should have their name out there.
Yeah.
Right now I'm split between Jackson Sector. I kind of like. I gotta get friend request first.
Yeah, I sent you an invite. Not sure if you received it.
I didn't get one.
Really?
You gotta get me on WB first, I think. PlayStation 1.
I just quit it because I thought, yeah, because I was like, wait, I thought this guy was on PlayStation, like he said. All right, I'm gonna have to invite you again. Oh, damn it. All right.
Well, I just friended you on PlayStation.
All right, yeah. No? Makes it quick and easy. Cool.
Here we go. I'm like desperate to be good with Jax and Takeda just because the 100 health really makes me hard. But I understand that Sector's missile is just so useful.
Oh, yeah.
Noob silent. Takeda.
And minimize your screen so it's not distracting. All right.
Sub-Zero. Jax.
Yeah, if it's your day one noob, then I don't expect your combos to be very good, but the fundamentals, like, as long as you spend 10 minutes with every character,
Yeah.
then the fundamentals are going to be the same.
Fight.
Nice combo route. I didn't need it to do that, but
I mean, you wasted the fatal blow. Thanks.
yeah.
Oh, saucy damage.
Round 2. Fight.
Nice, that's punish. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Nice whip. You were still high.
Oh my god. I
Oh my
missed the
God.
armor
The
input.
comeback, yeah. Definitely, bro. Just know, man, when it comes to like the timing, because best believe, like, maybe not all players, but definitely the good players like myself, they're gonna pay attention to the time, and they're gonna try to find ways to take any opportunity as possible. So the fact that you still had a decent life lead, than I did, your best bet is you should just stay patient instead of pressing buttons. Because eventually, when it comes to the last seconds, always expect they're most likely gonna do something dumb.
That's true. I'm much more willing to take risk at the end. I hate that low starter so much. I can see that you're much better at like establishing my block and then grabbing. Like usually that happens, at least on my level. It takes
Yeah.
people like 1 or 2 hits to actually do that.
Oh, nice. Ooh. I fucked up.
This is much closer than I thought it would be. I'm actually impressed by myself.
Cybot wins.
Yeah, man. Can't believe in 1 hour this is what I got with noob, and it's not even perfect enough. Cause I know I could do more.
It's way better than people I find online, dude. Oh my god. Did they buff the speed on that? Because I always felt there was you could poke through a gap with all the cameo summons.
Oh, for noob?
Yeah.
No, it's actually been the same. No updates hasn't been made yet, which I'm pretty sure the updates is gonna happen when Ghostface comes out. That's how usually NRS does their shit. What I notice is usually NRS, when they start updating their shit, is most likely gonna happen like when a new character starts coming out.
Do I just not blacking low? What's the deal?
Round 2. Fight.
Wait, if I'm mid animation for a down 1 or down 4, will the grab still connect?
No, because you gotta remember, if you do get hit by a long-range low poke, it's pretty much giving the opponent enough space, you know what I'm saying? So when you start whipping something immediately, and you know, depending how well the opponent is good at reading, like quickly, right? Unless the opponent is like just mashing, that's the only way they're gonna get lucky, right? Then yeah, then guaranteed you're gonna get whip punished. So like if you do get poked, you know, by a long range low poke, just best believe you don't want to like start whiffing after, because then good players myself that actually do be paying attention to the reads, right? Yeah, we're gonna expect you to like throw something after that hit and then easily just get like an easy whiff punish, because that's like one of the easiest ways that you can get whiff punishes. Now, like I said, doesn't happen to a lot of people, and to some people, right, that even like, let's just say they're not at that level, it's most likely because they're just pressing buttons at that point, like
Makes sense.
panicking or whatever. Okay, so you figured that out. So you know, like, if it's the opposite, even though I, you know, still did the long poke and shit, and you know, start pressing something after. I like how you responded with the quick attack. So, okay, that you know, because I know another client had so much trouble with that. Like right there, that was actually clean. Usually after that, like, I'll notice like people, for whatever reason, yeah, sure, it's okay to like, you know, stand there and wait for something, but always expect something. So just be prepared to block. I notice like they don't ever block after. All right, nice.
Easy brutal.
Brutality. Takeda wins.
I think I finally made a read, and I think I'm going to take advantage of it this time.
Yeah.
Round one. Fight.
Fuck. Oh. You knew what the read was. It's so tempting to talk shit, but I know we're gonna be here for 2 hours, so it might not be a good decision to talk shit the entire time.
Okay, I noticed like that's one bad habit of yours already. You keep like swinging with that string, even after knockdowns, which is not safe.
I always feel like I'm supposed to low profile grabs, and then I just never do. Oh my fucking god. Alright.
Oh, nice.
Just hit confirm.
Nice.
Final round.
My buddy gave me a tip when he allowed Takeda. At close range, a good anti-air is backdash back two.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you gotta remember, when he whips, it does reach the air, so it's actually good for anti-airs.
Damn it. That reaches so far, what the hell?
Alright. adopted.
That low starter is the one reason why I can't stand noob.
Noob Saibot wins. Round
Last one.
fight.
Nah, it's best of 5, remember?
Alright, okay.
Yeah, watch out. It's 2 hits when of his armor.
Dude, that was gonna be meaty.
Round two.
Yeah, that's what you call the conditioning game, because I might do 1-2 all the time, but I will take the risk of, you know, actually ending the string with something. Now that's the offensive conditioning is what you call.
Yeah, I'm just I'm not really thinking about what you're doing. Well, it's not like consciously. It's just like, okay. Fucking lows, okay. Oh, that's a bad habit from when I was when Takeda first came out, when that was an overhead.
I pressed the wrong one.
Oh my god. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh!
Finish him.
Yeah, if I was from full screen, that would have worked. You would have hit me. But since I'm in mid screen, I can actually take the risk. And the fact that you were a chip away, but if you were not a chip, yeah, even if I hit you, it still would have hit me. The only time people would take a risk to break a fatal blow is if they realize their opponent's like basically a tiny chip where any hit, you know, would matter at that point.
I blocked all that. I don't care what this game thinks.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Check this. Dude, I love getting 30% off a throw. This shit is awesome.
Fight.
I keep getting poked and still try to walk back. I gotta stop that shit.
block.
Low. Ha.
Nice.
Finish him.
I know this doesn't save time, but I love it.
And, yeah. And the fact that you're Takeda and he does have zoning options, right? Even though his zoning option's not that strong. Yeah, that was a great
It's
call
good
that
to
instead
just
of,
like taper it off.
yeah.
It's good to like just take that extra bit of health off, especially if all the rounds are close. Mixing
Yeah.
that in definitely helps.
Because like I told players, bro, if you're using a zoning character and your opponent's a chip away, you might as well just zone the opponent out. Unless he's like a godlike fucking flawless, you know, blocker, kind of like myself, then yeah. Because flawless blocking, actually, if you put the time in, is actually easy. It's not even like hard, honestly. But I get it, not everybody can pull that off because not everyone has right timing, like when to actually block perfectly. I don't blame them. I think what's 100% hard for sure, that I'll even admit, that this I can definitely not do, not all the time, is when to flawless block, like when it comes to offense compared to defense, like zoning. That, I'll admit, that's actually not easy.
I
But
keep
flawless
dropping that
blocking,
shit.
like zoning, oh yeah, I can do it. Nice quick thinking.
Thinking, what's that?
I say quick
I
thinking.
swear to God. Same fucking.
Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Just wanted to experiment. No, I said nice
Noobs,
quick
failed blow
thinking.
can be hard to connect. Oh, Quake, I don't. What? I
said nice
never
quick
played Quake.
thinking.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
pretty
heard you.
much like-
I just don't think.
Okay. Well, because of the fact that you stay blocking for like 2.1 seconds and you immediately just grab me.
I fucking ducked that. Oh my goodness.
Final round. Fight.
Nice.
Ah,
Oh, I don't. Yeah, that should have happened. It should actually connect. I don't know what happened there.
oh no. I'll explain that later. 1-2 doesn't connect into that meterless combo starter. You have to do it off.
Nice.
Missed it again. Fuck.
Nice.
Finish him. Takeda wins.
I don't know how commentators talk while they play. That shit is. that is
Yeah, like when you see someone like streaming and commentating. Yeah, I get
Watch
you.
this 45%. Damn it!
Ah, I messed it up.
Dude.
Round 2.
Hold on, hold on. Head and itch. Alright, we're good. What? No. What? Oh, that is mean and gross, and I hate that. Oh God.
All right, time to get out of here and go to practice mode.
Let's go.
Yeah, I noticed another thing too is you don't mind doing raw Spider-Man is what I'm gonna call it. So it's like I'm just gonna anti-air now, like down to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, same thing like Street Fighter, man. You do not want to jump too much, including like high levels. Like once you get to the sweatiest rank.
Send you an invite.
Oh, you did? Oh, I'm already sending one. All right.
Oh, got it. Cool.
No, you good? I
Wait,
already invited.
I just left. Shit. I'll
Okay,
send. I'll
never mind.
take the invite. I'll take it.
Okay, you want me to invite or?
Yes, invite me, pretty please.
All right, I'll invite.
I love when that mix-up happens. It's always fun.
Yeah. All right. So. Guess first things first, we'll discuss about bad habits, I guess.
All right.
Cybot, Takeda, Jax, Sub-Zero, Corrupted Forest.
Best map in the game.
Yeah, so one thing I noticed is your bad habits is the Spider-Man move, and kind of like how I adapt to it, right? Is the down two, right? So, which obviously not all the time is gonna work for people unless they're really great at timing. What you could have done is, because I'm surprised that I anti-air you 2 times, right? What you should have done is you should have quickly adapt. Like, okay, this guy anti-aired me 2 times, so that means even though you might, even though there's a chance I'm guessing, right? You don't know, like, there's a chance that I'm just guessing that that's what you're doing. But most of us good players, we're just gonna assume, like, that's your new game plan now at this point, right? Like you're just doing a Spider-Man move, you're doing all this move. And I know you asked me about what's flowchart, right? Which since I did invited you to the YouTube stream, I'm actually gonna pop up like a software where I'm gonna do the drawing of it. So let's
Okay.
just say, for example, okay, I'm gonna put T, that stands for Takeda, right?
Right.
Because that's what I'm dealing with right now. So let's just say, okay, I'm gonna put DF because some people they'll even say, "Oh, do you know how to DF against your opponent?" Which that stands for defensive flowchart, right? So
Right.
DF. Okay, so T, that's you, that's Takeda, right? And then your bad habit, let's just say, I don't know what's the move called, so I'm just gonna call it swing, right?
Spider. Oh no, because the swing, he has another move that's a swing, so just call it like pull.
Pole? Okay, then I guess we'll call it pole on this little mind map
Because
here.
like, what else do you call it? You know?
Yeah.
Hey, what's it called in the move list? It's called stride. Wait, no, that's the other one. Wait. It's called nimbus.
Okay, then we could just put, you know, letter, or I'll just put Nim, like N-I-M. I'm just gonna put that, right? Because I don't have my drawing pad with me right now, so I'm doing this at the fingertips, so even though it's gonna look
Gotcha,
ugly,
okay.
just follow me along.
Yeah, nim
what do
is
you call it?
easier.
So, Nimbus, right? So that's one habit I know. This is what you call a defensive flowchart. So what I tell my client is this is what pro players be using like during their matches, right? That's why you see like all the top players like adapting to their opponents real quick. Like, even if chances they didn't lose their first game, right? But they're so easy to pick it up real quick, like during the match, right? Trust me, like this is what every pro player be doing, and this is how they pretty much adapt the matchup like quickly. Is first they try to figure out what are the bad habits, because there has to be a bad habit of their opponent somewhere. Obviously, you did had a few. One was the Nimbus, right? Since that's the name that we just figure out now. And what you should have done is, if you notice, I anti-aired you perfectly twice, knowing that, okay, I'm gonna like wait for him to do it because I'm expecting him to do that because I notice he's been doing that and I haven't adapted to it. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna adapt to it now. And then I'm gonna see, because I also was purposely doing it over and over because I wanted to see a chances you were gonna adapt as well, like switch it up, but you never did. So what you should have done is, if you notice like I'm down to you perfectly twice in a row, you should have, what you done is, okay, this guy is good, like he anti-aired me twice in a row. Either two things what you should have done, right? The two things what you should have done is, yeah, that you've one either should have shortened it out, noticing like, okay, perfectly he's been anti-airing me, so you know what, that means that he's adapting to my game plan already. So you know what, either two things, I'm gonna shorten my Nimbus, or number two, I'm just not gonna do the Nimbus at all. Like, I'm not gonna do it anymore. And if I'm gonna do it, it's either because one, I'm gonna safe jump to it, like knowing when it's the right time to do it, like as he's knocked down, right? Because I think that will be the safe time to do it, is after a knockdown, right? After you knock me down. And then two, either just don't do it at all, unless like you are willing to take the risk, because you know, like, oh, this guy's at a low life, so, and I'm in a decent life too, so you know what, if chances if he punishes me, and let's just say I'm in the middle of the life, right, or I'm in a full life lead, then I should be all right to take whatever comes, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
Right.
if I get hit, as I decide to take the risk, it's okay because I'm not near death. Now, if I'm near death that's actually on you if you're willing to take that risk or not. So I can't say you
But
shouldn't
there's no way
do
to
it.
like mitigate the risk.
Huh?
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if I can cancel the Nimbus into the Shuriken, but that's a really tight input. I can.
Oh, if you mean the throwing thing, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, it's been a minute I played Takeda, so I just be like Shotgun like Naruto, like him throwing the Shotgun and shit like that. Cause I don't know the fucking names, right? So I just be making up anime names. But anyway.
Oh, so if you're trying to anti-air, like do an anti-air really quick.
Yeah. Because here's another thing. If you could be good with your cancels, right? And let's just say I'm anticipating it. Knowing me though, right? I might be able to react to it in time to, you know, block it. But you can still do it because at the end of the day, even if I'm blocking it, you're basically eating my chips. So it's a win-win situation. It's what you call applying pressure, right? So you're still applying pressure to me. And even let's just say you never get a hit confirm. It's okay because you're still applying pressure in a way, right? That's the key thing, right? Because applying pressure is what's going to help you get the victory, right? Because you're pretty much eating your opponent's health. Now,
does pressure just mean I'm doing stuff that makes them want to?
Wait, what?
Is that all pressure is? Is pressure just doing stuff that makes them want to block?
Yeah, that's basically what pressure is. So kind of like, you know how you were in a corner situation and it looked like you were kind of scared, like to find the gaps to press the button, but obviously you had no choice, right? Because like I told you before, you can't just be sitting in the corner all the time. You had to find a way to get out of there, right? So like I'm doing all these mix-ups. You see me during the game, I'm doing this. And same thing, if I'm noticing you're blocking, of course, I'm going to go for a throw. And what the hell just happened? Hello? Yo, you're still there? No, I can't hear you. You just left the game. What happened? Huh. Okay, hold up. Alright, hello?
La 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 la
Yeah.
la.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. So, as I
Yeah,
was
my
saying,
game just disconnects me from the servers.
yeah, it's weird.
Noob silent.
So,
What were we saying?
as I was saying, right? Yeah, that's what I noticed. I noticed like you were kind of like a little bit afraid to press a button, and like I said, it's okay to be afraid, but you can't be there all the time because then, yeah, you're just never gonna get out of there. Even if let's just say I decide to, what do you call it, move a little back to try to bait you because maybe you're gonna grab, you're gonna do all these whiff punish or no whiffing, and then you know I could try to pull off a whiff punish. Same thing, if you jump, sure I can anti-hair, but it's like at the end of the day you gotta take the risk to somehow get out of the corner. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise you're just never gonna get out of the corner, so you gotta take that risk. And then another thing too, since you are a Takeda player, well, this works too for me, noob, because with noob, I can actually play, you know, this lame, and this is how you always want to play it, because pro players, they'll never tell people the truth, but this is the reality of, you know, corner control that you want to do. So for example, with Takeda, which I'll explain to you for a bit, but if I was a new player, right, I could just like do this, right, scoot back, get the shadow, right, or you know, do the slide, right. That's the reality of how you want to play corner control. And And the reason why that's the reality of it is because, like, yeah, most players, they'll tell you, oh, you should get in there, you know, do pressure, shit like that. Which, yeah, you should, right? But I think you should not do it all the time because you want to use the best tools at the same time to keep yourself safe too. Because you don't know if one, let's just say if you're Sonic Fox in the corner, right? Or any strong opponent that I'm going up against in the corner, right? Let's just say they know what they're doing when it comes to like defending themselves in the corner, right? And they're so good at finding the gaps that they could just armor through my shit, or you know, if they know like if I'm poking, and you know about poking, right? Like when to poke back like right away, right? That.
Yeah.
So like let's just say even if I do a poke, right? At least in my case, because I'm in this side, I could just bait you and then go back in to punish you, right? But if you're the other way around, I can't backspace. I can only block, because if I backspace, I'm actually going to get hit confirmed by it. So, in reality, and this is a good thing because you're using Takeda. So, if I'm in a corner, right, what you want to do is use your best tools to, at the same time, keep yourself safe. So, you can go, yeah, what you did right there. You could go that, that, or the other one, you know, the one where he does like the overhead one, the overhead string. Because you got to remember. Oh, there he goes again. Are you still on a Discord call?
Four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm
1,
good.
2, 3, 4.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what all this shit is. What were you saying?
Okay, so I'm gonna probably switch to Takeda.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow my nose 1 sec.
Yeah, if this happens again, I think we're just gonna go in a regular game, and I'll just show you through the regular game because I don't get why this is happening. I'm not sure if chances it could be the... Well, I doubt it's gonna be the practice mode. There's no way, because usually when I'm doing practice mode with the teammates, we don't have this issue, so I don't know what's going on. We'll about to find out though.
All right.
Takeda.
All right.
Sector.
So use sector.
Forest.
So like in the corner situation, right? How I would do it. Actually, let's just do this just to make it simple. So how I would do it, like, yeah, sure, you could go crazy and all that stuff, but at the same time, let's just say from the very beginning, you know you're already dealing with a strong-ass player, right? So, best believe, if you're dealing with a strong-ass player, yeah, sure. Unless you already figure out how this player plays, yeah, go in crazy, you know, do all this shit, right? But at the same time, if you're kind of a little bit afraid that he might be good at defense in corners, then how I would do it, and since, you know, this is Takeda, I can go for this tool, right? Yeah, I could go for this tool, right? To keep myself safe. And this is actually good because at the same time, I'm still keeping you in a corner, but in a way where it's gonna pretty much stress the opponent out because it's like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing all this shit. I can do this shit, right? Including because, look how long this shit is. I don't even have to get close to you. I could just, like, I could just still apply the corner pressure with these tools, right? So, I could do this shit. And if you're using a right cameo, right? It's called Sector. Right? And then let's not forget his low. Like look how long his low is. So that's the reality of corner pressure, like how you actually want to approach it. Not 100% all the time, but at least 50% of the time. You know what I'm saying? And then the only time, honestly, you should go crazy is for two reasons. One, you should get in crazy and, you know, do all this shit close to their face, right? If their health is already, like, low. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take the round because he's already near death. So, and my life lead is actually decent enough. Like, let's just say you're in a full health life lead, half-life life lead, or a little bit close to the half-life, right? So I don't care at the end of the day if he ends up, you know, hitting me or anything. I just want to take the round. But if we're in the even life, then yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna play safe. I'm gonna do all this shit, right? You know, play that safe game. Same thing, pull out Sector, or, you know, any other cameo that does make sense that will keep you safe. For example, though, with your Jax, however, I don't think it would make sense unless you call him at the same time while using an animation string, where maybe you could pull him out, you know, to have him do a ground pound or something, right? So that's something that you can actually work on, and let's see, like, try to do this string and get Jax in it. As I'm like, let's just say I'm like the type of opponent that's scared to, you know, press something. Okay, so he takes that long, right? If he takes that long to hit, then you want to find a string to keep me busy while he's charging up to do that attack. So I guess we can work on that right now.
Okay, so use the back two string long enough to confirm a Jax hit.
Yeah, so try to keep me busy where the Jax does end up coming out. And let's just say I'm one of those opponents that don't know how to adapt to it, right?
Oh. I know exactly what to do.
Okay.
I saw this online.
Okay, there you go. That
early.
works. That works.
And then if I think it's gonna hit, then
Yeah.
I can bounce it. Okay.
I mean, obviously it's not gonna work all the time, but it's not a bad idea to, you know, do it once in a while in a real game. You know what I'm saying? Because you might never know. Maybe in the end you'll luckily get the hit confirm, and they just don't adapt to it. So this is one thing for sure I advise you to study if you're gonna be serious with this team, is how to make your corner pressure worth it. You know what I'm saying? With this whole Jax and Takeda syncing, right? Try to find what strings that you can keep your opponent busy, and then, you know, abuse Jax, because I think that will be much great to do something like that. And then obviously you can still do the same thing, play the safe game where, you know, you're right here. Like, let's just say if I'm a very good defender, right, then you might as well play that zoning corner pressure game, like kind of like what I taught you, you know, doing that, doing this, right? And then still get Jax out somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying?
But
And
if
it
I'm
makes
getting
sense because
Jax out, so
yeah.
hold on. If I do ba 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 ba, I
Yeah.
can't jump after that. So that gives me time to jump, and I still have the setup. Okay. It's back to one call into Shuriken. If I'm at this distance, that switches sides. Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna take time, but trust me on this, because this is another thing I want you to do that I told my clients to do, is if you're gonna be, you know, rocking with the team that you know that you're gonna main, right? Not only you want to focus on your main character, but you also want to focus on your cameo. You want to find ways to make your cameo work when it comes to pressure situations, when it comes to defending situations, and that's if it's one of those actually keep you safe, right? Oh god.
Oh my god.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna do this shit in a regular game. Even though I doubt it's practice mode. I doubt it's practice mode, but fuck it. We're gonna go in a regular game because this shit's weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Eesh. Oh, I said if
Practice
you can
mode
hear
is
me.
fucking broken, dude.
Alright, yeah. Regular mode, fuck it.
Hey, send the
Hold on a
invite.
second.
No problem. Oh, your stream is lagging, but my internet connection is apparently fine, so I think it's something on your end. Or it might just be like us specifically. I don't know. Practice mode has always had issues. He's running around his room. What is he doing? Is he getting the dildos? Oh, I don't want the dildos. No, 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 please.
Alright, I'm back. My bad.
Hello.
Let's see. Okay. So yeah, that's another thing that I told my clients, right? That because remember, this is a 2v2 game. It's not MK11 anymore. So you do not want to only like rely on your main character, but you also want to rely on a cameo that you're gonna use, right? If you're gonna be serious, like using that cameo for the character, then you have to find ways how can you make it work perfectly together, like in sync. You know what I'm saying? Like use the right tools and not use the tools that most people think you know that is used, like whatever,
Like make it original.
For example, like you know how like people just rely so much with Serena spikes and shit like that. It's like, bro, you also want to explore like her ritual shit that she does when, you know, taking off the opponent's meter. Like you want to explore everything, and then you want to like find ways to use it in a way how it's meant to be used. You know what I'm saying?
Right, okay. So right now for Jax, can you do what you can to jump the Jax real quick? Oh, I gotta wait for the recharge. Oh, this sucks. Okay. Alright, try to jump the Jax.
Yeah, and if I
it's
jump?
dropped it. Okay. So I can do while he's still out. Get a shuriken out.
Yeah, and then if I jump, let's just say they are trying to jump over the Jax. Instead of like doing like, you know, the one kick, right? Just the single kick and shit, you might as well go for an air combo against me if I'm gonna end up jumping.
Alright. So like I do the normal jump 2, but I confirm the jump 2 into 2-2 into a confirm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either to an air combo, or if I'm already like low enough that you feel like, it doesn't look like I can be fast enough to an air combo, then fuck it. As soon as you land on the ground, immediately, if I don't land on the ground and I'm still kind of in the air, like in the middle, close to touching the ground, then you might as well go for that ground combo. Like once you
Right,
get that
okay.
hit confirmed. Like as I'm trying to escape from Jack's ground pound, and it's like, oh shit, here you come, like, you know, meeting me in the air. Pretty much, I have no time to, you know, adapt anymore. Like, I have no time to block it. Plus, not every
I
character
gotta work on
has
the
that
timing on the
access.
jump. I gotta work on the jump, the air to meaty. I
Oh,
really
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
work on
yeah.
that.
Yeah, you do gotta work on that. And then trust me, once you make it work, right? And as soon as you get players to play the guessing game, like to jump over the jacks, and you know you're gonna be aware of it. If you could like find you know ways to adapt to that, right? To meet them in the air, then it's gonna be like more frustration on your opponent, and that's even better because the more they get frustrated, the
Round
more
one.
it's like, dude,
Fight.
they're not even gonna be, you know, thinking straight anymore. And pretty much, you should be winning the game no matter what. You shouldn't even be losing to them anymore. At this point,
Okay.
if they start getting frustrated, the game should already be yours for you to win. So.
The timing on the air to two is not something that comes naturally.
Yeah, another
Alright, come
thing
back.
is wait, do you know how
Beat
to
my
do
ass.
combos
So,
with that?
yeah, just beat my ass really quick so we have an extra round.
Okay.
In the combo, if something launches and you want to do a fatal blow, you have to do it off the enhanced air down back two. That's the only one that gives the massive launch.
This doesn't have to go further.
Round two. Fight.
But no, it beat my ass for like one round.
Oh.
Yeah, but now like I have a full 2 rounds. Okay. Let's go out in the open.
Hmm? Oh.
Go out in the open. I guess so. If I do ba ba ba. No, I can't.
That works, but you gotta find like
Okay.
the right distance where you don't accidentally get to the corner. And then it's like the key point
Right.
here is you're trying to get me in the corner, not yourself.
Okay,
you're
I gotta
still-
call
okay.
out Jax
Yeah,
later.
You gotta find the right distance to do that.
Jax is a weird one because there's such a big delay. It's
Yeah, he is weird. But if this is a team you're serious, yeah, like I told my clients, you have to find ways to make it work and make it sync.
That all you got?
Final.
Instead of like most players' mistakes that I run into in Combat League, I feel like they're not using the tools right and they're just using them like whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they're just wasting it. Like for example,
Oh, I have an
like-
idea. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so I should probably time this string with the Jax as much as I can. Especially that into Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay. I need a string that's fast, but takes a long time. I think the one that takes a long time is this one. So,
There you go. Yeah,
No.
there you go.
but it
And
hit us
then,
both.
obviously, if I were to block, yeah, that shit's gonna apply pressure, obviously. Just look at that.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay.
See that?
There we go.
And
Okay.
honestly, if I want to escape, and this is where I say you should practice your reaction. If you could practice your reaction and know that I'm trying to escape Jax's ground pound, you should practice your reaction to meet me in the air. You know what I'm saying? Or even do that, because it looks like that kind of reaches me as I jump. So if you could time the right timing and guess when they're gonna jump, yeah, sure, you could go for that flying, kicks that you did, or actually like
Finish.
jump and then meet me in the air if you want.
The flying kicks, I want to like drift away from that just because I'm much more vulnerable in the air, period. The only time I want to do that is with the enhanced spider swing, because that has armor. And that gives me a little bit of safety.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a corner. Cool. I like how they gave all the new maps like a landmark, like this one right here.
Yeah.
That's a landmark for the corner. Anyway, no, was nope, wrong spider swing. I'm so used to doing that because of the combo that went like
yeah,
this.
it's the
That
bad
was
habit.
optimal. That one, yeah.
And that's
Okay.
where I say flowchart comes into play, because going back to the flowchart, right? You were doing a Nimbus and I kept anti-airing. Kind of like what I told you. You're if you know I was adapting,
Round 2.
then that's when you should adapt, right? And I
Right.
feel like that's really important, because I know like some of the matches I get in Combat League, like random players I'll play against, and obviously the toxic players that will end up messaging me on PSN, and it's like, well, it's because they just need training, bro. Because it's like, dude, if I'm adapting to your game plan, then you should adapt as well. Like, damn, he figured out my Nimbus. He's anti-airing me. He's doing all this shit. Same thing. Like, what I noticed is you would poke, like down poke a lot, and all I needed to do was either two things. Like, when you poke, okay, I poke back. Or when you poke, right, I'll block. Okay, I'm gonna grab after you poke me, right? Or
Right, because you know I'm gonna block after a blocked poke.
yeah, and then it's like that's a bad habit. So it's like, if you're gonna commit to poking, then you might as well go for like, okay, poke, I'm a back, right, in case he whiffs something, and if he does, bam, I'm gonna like whiff punish him because he whiffed something, right? So I baited him to
Right.
poke back so I
Okay.
could backspace.
But like, block me really quick and do the back 3 to reverse. Right, like I can't really like backdash off a
No, but like
beat my.
the thing
yeah.
that you
I
can
can't
do,
backdash off a
right,
down one.
is if I actually do this, and let's just say you could react like that, I'm gonna do that, right?
Right.
I'm not sure, like, if you paid attention to my Peacemaker and Katana, you know how I knew, like, when Katana was about to whiff something? And yeah, sure, I could have blocked it if I wanted to, but since I'm good at reaction and the fact that I had enough meter, right? I'm gonna be like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna go for the damage. I'm gonna armor through it. That's something that you can actually do. So, like, if you still want to apply pressure on me, right? And still want to, like, take away my health, instead of blocking, if you have enough meter, you could go ahead and risk for that armor if you could time it right, right? So you can do that too. And that gives you even more reason to try to take the game right away, you know what I'm saying? Now versus if you have only 1 meter, I mean, if it's the first round, sure, you can go ahead and waste your 1 meter. But if it's the second round, nah, bro, I would not waste meter. And then I would only waste meter to combo break, because obviously it's like, yo, bro, I'm not trying to get this man to come back. Even worse, if it's a final round, knowing that, okay, there's no more, round 4, 5, 6 to, make comebacks anymore. So it's like, now we're in the final round phase. I had to know when to actually use my meter. And obviously it's going to be your call. But like, whatever your call is, make sure that it's for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Not for the wrong reasons. Like, I'll see some players, right? Even for a simple string like this, nah, you shouldn't even, you know, combo break, right?
This doesn't have to go further.
Like they break too early.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay to break too early, but like, let's just say if they're in a point where they have 3 meters as well and you have 3 meters. No, the point is you want to make sure that, you know, they break first before you do. You know what I'm saying? Because best believe, including in a high level combat league, right? Because even people that in high levels, they should already get an idea that the goal is, okay, we're in a final round phase, we both have 3 meters, so you know what, one of us has to break, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna make them break first. So you know what I'm saying? Because that's the
Gotcha.
goal. If they break first, then they're pretty much like useless at the for a moment, right? Because they won't have no meter to spend anymore until they, you know, gain the first meter at least. And basically it will be more on them if they want to, like, you know, waste the first meter right away, or try to find ways to hold themselves long enough to try to gain the second meter. But obviously, like, that's another thing too. If you have a better life lead, right, you want to find ways to force them use, even if, let's just say, they gain 1 meter, right? You want to find ways to force them to gain that 1 meter. And that's if they ever make the shots too, right?
Remember the
And
new
if
Right.
they do end up making the shots, that's actually a good thing. That means they're not really caring at the point, and they should be caring, because if this is a man that just doesn't mind wasting all their fucking tools, hell, even their cameo, like, let's just say I'm Sector, right? And for whatever the fuck reason, I'm using already Sector's full, you know, meter, right? Now look at me, I'm fucking useless. Let's just say, imagine I don't have a meter, right? Just imagine that. Same thing. I'm fucking useless, and you're one of them that actually has a full meter. Yeah, you made yourself so useless to the point that, damn, now it's gonna be twice as hard for you to even come back. And if you do try to come back with no meter, no cameo available, and Takeda shaking his head no, like, bro, what the fuck you're doing, right? Like, damn. At this point, it's all neutral game at this point. So now you have to use the tools of, you know, the whiff punishing, the neutral game, the footsies, the fucking conditioning offense, defense, stuff like that. Now you have to rely on those tools and not the super tools that's gonna help you even win more, like the meter, the
Gotcha.
cameo. And that's what I told my clients. Like, because I know, like, they would have bad habits of wasting meter too damn much, even in the first game, right? Like, yeah, in the first game, you gotta calm down, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, you want to get the combo extension, but you want to get it for the right reasons, you know what I'm saying? You want to get it
Right.
when either two things, either they're already in the half-life and try to get them near to death to get the first round right away, or number two, they're probably already close to death, so you might as well take the round, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but in a final round situation, it's good to keep all the meter just for that
Yeah.
comeback, just
Yeah.
to break.
Yeah. Even if, let's just say, because I do see this happening,
Okay.
let's just say I don't have no meter, right? And you have a full meter. So if you do get hit, and let's just say, just imagine, you do get hit, I have no meter, right? So you know that the combos I'm gonna go at this point are gonna be simple combos. Why? Because I have no meter to enhance to extend the combo, right? So
Right.
you shouldn't even be worried that, oh shit, he's gonna do a combo off of me, and you know what, I'm gonna break. No, you shouldn't break. Why? Because if I'm going to combo off of you, even in, like, let's just say, depending where my meter is, right? Because you always want to pay attention to your opponent's meter, right? So notice where my meter is. My meter is barely an inch away in the half mark, right? So whatever combo I go with Takeda or any other character, right? You should, and I get it, like you said, you don't know math, right? But if you're right at guessing, you should at least guess like, huh, you even if let's just say they do a 10, 12 hit combo. I mean, that's not bad. That's better than let's just say if they do have a meter, right? And now they have access to extend combos. Yeah, sure. Then go ahead combo break. But that's the mistakes that I see not only my clients, but people that I go up against in Combat League, right? Like, because there's times that in Combat League, right? And I think this happened when you were in my last stream. I think this happened where I had no meter, but the other opponent did. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to find ways to open him up. And basically, my goal is to get him to combo break early enough, right? That's if he's the type of person that pretty much is not giving a fuck about his win. Because that to me, I feel like you're not giving a fuck of getting a win, right? So
Right.
that's what I'm gonna do. If I have no meter, I'm right. My goal now is okay. Even though yes, your goal no matter what should be winning the game, but you want to think of small steps of what's gonna lead you to that win. So if I'm in a situation of no meter, I'm gonna find ways to, force you to fucking break somehow, some way, right? So, but here's the funny
It's hard to
part
find
that
Jack's
ahead.
tech in the corner. It's hard for me to find Jack's tech in the corner because all the pressure I'm used to in the corner is all block pressure, which is all like sector stuff.
Wait, so what's your question?
No, I think after this, can you switch over to Jack so you can help me find some tech?
All right.
Finish him.
I think I internalized most of what you said. Basically, use meter all you fucking want in the first round if you can confirm it into damage. Don't use it willy-nilly in the first round because you'll need it,
Yeah.
especially for the second round if
Yeah.
you lose, because that'll be the last round if you lose.
And then let's just say if you're one of the players that
Right.
has no meter, right? Yeah, do the simple combos. Meterless combos is what you call pretty much. Like use the meterless combos, right? And try to find ways to force your opponent to break their meter. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna have to end up breaking it. I can't imagine them being stupid and wanting to go for more. I mean, it's okay, sure. If they want to waste a meter, it's okay. And if you want to do the same thing, waste 1 meter, it's okay. But what I noticed the mistakes that I see is they'll actually waste 2 meters, and that shit is ridiculous to me. Because it's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You basically had an upper hand, and now you're wasting meter? No, that's not the way to go. So at the end of the day, now you're giving me the upper hand. Because here I am. Not only I'm about to gain my first meter, but I'm about to gain my second meter. So congratulations, you just make yourself stupid. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make them stupid. I be seeing that mistakes, man, and then if I do end up turning it around, right? That's where I just be laughing my ass off, including like if they're the type of players that starts turning on a mic, getting all toxic, and same thing on a PSN, and it's like, yeah,
PlayStation players are the most toxic.
yeah, and it's like, well, I mean,
Okay.
it's their fault for giving me the upper hand. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So-
let me try something. I just from you, and I want to see.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, too long. Okay. Maybe I just gotta call it early. Nope. Yeah, that won't work. I gotta set him up and then do the tornado kick naked. I'm gonna try to get the timing right on Jax's animation to see where I can do a tornado kick. Or should I? Okay. Wait.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I don't think the Russian Nimbus will actually connect on that.
I mean, you can always experiment once you. Okay, now you got Jax.
I gotta do that a
Okay.
little tighter.
Maybe,
Man,
maybe if you were
practice
in
mode
this
was
distance,
such a gift.
and let's just say like I'm trying to move forward, right, to try to get out of there, or same thing, like try to jump over and I'm trying to get out of there. Maybe if you're in this distance, that will probably help, like where you're at right now.
True.
Right? And if for whatever reason I'm still afraid to fucking like move, right? If I was one of those players.
Wait. Oh, he does a little hop at the end.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Could I use the Rekka with? Hold on. I gotta wait for the round to end before I do that. Man, okay.
That all you got?
I might be able to mix in Jax with the Rekka. No,
There you go.
Okay, so that
Because
got
see,
him down, but it's
because-
too slow to actually get the hit.
Yeah, but if you could start at this distance, right? Acting like, okay, you're allowing me to leave, but in reality, you're gonna go for that shit, and it's like, oh shit. Let's just say, even if I'm fast enough to react to it, right? And I'm doing this, right? And here's the thing, here's a kicker. Yeah, sure, I could armor through it, but if you get Jax in at the same time as you do it, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get fucking hit. Why? Because if I wanna really armor through your shit, I have to wait for that last string. But what's gonna happen, if you could sync the perfect timing with Jax and your attack, like doing it at the same time, right? I'm gonna be screwed because sure, I might armor through and we might end up trading, but I'm gonna end up getting hit by Jax's shit. I guarantee you.
I
See,
can
I tried.
skip over the Jax. Yes, I can skip over the Jax. Papa. Nope, too late.
Because you gotta remember, that goes with every character. When it comes to armoring through a character, it has to work like either beginning of the string, like if you could predict when they're about to whiff, or number two, wait for the last, basically the last attack. Oh,
I'm going back to practice mode because even with the crashes, it's just way more convenient. Like
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
you're
I
good,
can
you're
tolerate
good.
crashes. I can't tolerate waiting.
okay. Well, I guess in the meantime, while you're in practice mode, I guess I can.
No, I'm sending you an invite.
Oh, okay.
Also, on your little dingly do software, can you pull up the picture of the flowchart? I want to like manually
Okay,
chart right
so
now.
can you
Because
see
I understand
my
it intuitively. Yeah, I got
can
it.
you see my
I
YouTube
see it.
stream?
Yeah, I intuitively understand what a flowchart is, but I want to actually make one for Takeda against Noob. Like just as an example.
Takeda.
Okay, so
The YouTube stream has like no delay. That is so nice.
Jax.
what was that? Oh yeah, Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero. The Tea House.
Okay, so what do you call it? So flow charting, right? Let's just say you're trying to figure out noob, right? So I know one thing. Let's just say for that, right? I kept doing that. I kept doing that. And notice, like, the entire time, I was playing that game plan, right? Because that's all I've been learning. So like, let's just say, in reality, that's my actual game plan, right? So we're gonna go back to the software. Okay. We're gonna pull this up. Let's see, can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you know what? Let's put new. Fuck it. Don't save. So, noob, right? I'm just gonna put noob. And we'll just put 2 circles for now. So like, let's just say, okay, first thing I'm doing, right? First thing I'm doing, like, let's just say that's one of my habits, right? And then my other habit, which I have actually been doing a lot, was that one, right? To Sub-Zero. And then another
Right.
habit that I was also doing was this one.
Even if you flawless it, you gotta wait for subs to come out.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's just say those were my game plans, right? And technically, throughout her set, I was actually playing like that the whole time. So, let's just put it that way, right? Because that's all I've learned, honestly, with him. So, let's say that, right? Well, we'll also put a 3 mind map. So, we'll put 1, which is the... What is it? It wasn't that one. Okay, so it was triangle. Okay, where is it? So it was this one. Bless you. Okay. So
My
it's
sneeze is a
called-
gunshot.
The string is called Shadow Crush, right? I guess we'll just put SK string. SK string. Now let's pop that up. So SK string. Okay. So SK string will be 1 game plan, right? And then the other game plan I did was that low kick. Let's find that. Grave Digger. Okay, so it's called Grave Digger. So we're gonna put GF, or no, GD string. We're just gonna put that. And then the last one that I was doing a lot too was I was actually doing this out of the open. It's actually still called a slide, that I know for sure. So we'll put S, right? And then I'm gonna put a plus sign. I'm gonna put DS. Or no, actually it will be more dive kick, because the one he does in the air is called DK. Okay, so this is what you call defensive flowchart, right? That I be telling my students about. So to make it simple, right? Let's just say this was my game plan, right? And you got to remember, when it comes to flowcharts, right? You can do this after your set, but the goal is, how do you flowchart during your matchups, right? So the first key is one. You gotta, let's see, is there a type? Okay. One, you gotta find uh the style he is playing, right? What do I mean by style? So what I mean by style is you gotta first see how is he starting his matchup. So and here's the key thing, because I actually did a live stream explaining how you can be able to tell by body language like what they're gonna go for as soon as round one starts, right? So here we are dancing around. Now, if I actually move like 100% commit moving back and I'm not dancing anymore, that can only mean one thing. If I'm moving back, is because I'm gonna start off defense, right? You're still here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I'm gonna commit moving forward, that means I'm gonna start offense. That's called play styling, right? And a perfect example to this is I'll actually gonna show you a clip. Because I did told you I was gonna show you a clip that I showed to my client in one of the tournament set where I was Natara and I went up against a Peacemaker. So I'm gonna play this clip and yeah, I'm gonna show you what I did in this clip. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Let me know if you can hear the audio of the clip. Okay. Oh, it's better. I thought I was the only one. You see how well he performs with Peacemaker.
I can't hear anything or see anything.
Really? Don't forget.
Are you playing it on your stream or did you DM it?
Oh, I'm playing it on my stream.
Yeah, then either the delay hit or it's just not playing yet.
Okay, my bad. Hold up. I see what happened. All right, now you should be.
Yeah,
able to
just
see it.
minimize the Mortal Kombat. Yep.
Okay. Oh, it's better. I thought I was the only one. You see how well he performs with Peacemaker. Don't forget to throw darts, buddy. That's the only way that's... Yeah. So, I was showing my client that this was in a tournament game, like in a Coliseum, if you're familiar with that channel, right?
Yeah.
This was a Coliseum match between me and Peacemaker. Now, I'm gonna rewind it, and you're gonna see... now look at this. Look at Peacemaker. And look at me. So... Okay. You see how he just moved back? If he moved back, that already tells me, and obviously it makes sense, because he's Peacemaker. Peacemaker is mostly meant to be a zoner. So the fact that I already knew that he was going to start off defense because of the fact that he moved back and already, immediately, with no hesitation, he was already on guard. Look at him. He was already on guard. So that made me aware, okay, he's going to probably start off defense. And the fact that, luckily, because honestly, he should have been able to punish me here, but he didn't adapt to it. So, and look, this was his mistake, and I actually was talking to my client about this. If I was Peacemaker, right, if I'm already landing right here, I don't get why he would still play the Sony game. At this point, you should already start boxing with me. Like, actually box me, bro.
Gotcha.
Yeah, offense. But look at that. He was stupid. He still decided for whatever reason play the Sony game. And look at that. He's already screwed because I'm already with the low. Best guaranteed already 100%. He's gonna get hit. He's getting hit.
I thought I was the
Bam.
only one.
And look what happens after a knockdown. You see how well he performs with Peacemaker. You see how he immediately just poke?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially for someone like me that's an Atara, right? You never want to start poking against an Atara player. Ever. Even worse, because this is a tournament scene. So if this is a tournament scene, best believe you should know that I should already be aware of, you know, the type of player I'm dealing with and what I think they should be going for in a tournament scene. Same thing with myself, right? What they, like, if I'm Natara and they're Peacemaker, they should already have a clue, like, okay, this guy's gonna rock Natara. I should expect him to do something like this, right? Look at that, and he's still zoning, which is, it kind of frustrates me because it's like, bro, I'm a Peacemaker player as well, and this is just depressing. Now, what do you think his mistake was?
You gotta go back. Because there's the delay between and yeah. Wait, can you copy the video and just DM it?
Yeah, I will.
Fucking match the timestamps.
Okay. Yeah, so what do you call it? So that's the flowchart, right? So that's rule number 1 of defensive flowchart is find a style he is playing, or she, right? He or she, whoever's behind a monitor, right? TV, wherever they're playing their games at. So find a style, like every time when the match starts, okay, we're dancing, right? But as soon as, like, for example, like what you're doing, if you're fully committing moving back, is because you're gonna play defense. And if you're gonna play defense, either 2 things is gonna happen, and depending the distance, if you're where you're at. If you're, for example, in a distance, like let's just say you're in that distance, right? Stop for a sec. If you're in that distance, right? Let's just say you're moving back and you stop right there, right? That means you're probably gonna go for, and as a Takeda player, I should already be aware of 2 things that you're gonna go for. You're gonna go for a short jump and, you know, throw that projectile he does, or you're gonna do that, you know, whiffing that he does, the overhead whiff, and then it's like, okay, I know he's gonna go for that. But if you're gonna go all the way to full screen, that can only mean one thing and one thing, because it makes perfectly sense. You're gonna just pure zone with the projectile air that he does, where he throws the darts in the ground and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
now versus if, let's just say, you know, I'm dancing, or I'm actually gonna commit going defense myself, but you're pushing me, and let's just say you actually succeed, right? If you're at least, and what I told my client, including if you're a zoner, which I don't consider Takeda honestly as a zoner, right? But of course,
But
we're
he
not
has
gonna
zoning
talk.
tools.
Yeah. So if you're in this distance, right, at least I should already be prepared to start boxing you. Like, this is no more a defense game. This is more like it's about to be an offense game because you're already here. And let's just say, yeah, sure, I still have time to move back, but what if you use a string that would reach me? Which, in Takeda's case, it'll be that overhead string, right? So let's just say immediately, as soon as you stop right here, I should be aware that I shouldn't move back, because most likely, especially if you're aware of yourself too, right? I should just face reality and then just already accept the fact that this is already fight mode. This is no more flight mode. Like what they say, right? Fight or flight.
Right.
At this point, it's fight mode. It's no longer fight mode or flight mode. So I should be ready already to start boxing you, right? And then
So
whatever
in your
string-
position, like
Yeah.
when we're here, if you back up, normally with anyone else, like if I'm right here, and then you poke me, like, and then that means you could back up right after, and then we're at this range again, and then you're safe. But against Takeda, you're not really supposed to have this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What?
Be-
So what's the range I should find against Noob? He has surprisingly reaching stuff.
Okay, so with noob, obviously, and I did pull this off throughout our best of 5 sets. I did this. I actually did this short jump and did the dive
Yeah,
kick.
that was bullshit. I hated that.
Yeah. So what you should do is, even if let's just say you're in a mindset of going offense, but you got to think about it. Especially not only that, but if you're aware, like let's just say, okay, you did end up getting hit, and I'm hitting you with all these bullshit moves, and let's just say like, god damn, this guy's starting off strong. That means I'm dealing already with the strong player, either a strong player or a player that's a masher, like a total masher, right? That could only mean two things if I'm starting strong. You're either dealing with a masher or you're actually dealing with a good ass fucking player, right? But if you're in a high level, like already in ranked demigod, elder god, nah, you're not dealing with masher. Most likely you're already gonna be dealing 100% a good ass fucking player. So at this point, right, if you're in a high level rank, right, but if you're in a low level rank, to me, I feel like 50% of the time, you're mostly going to deal with mashers and, least good player. So, you know what? It doesn't matter. Any match, just whatever I tell you, apply to it no matter what. Whatever I tell you, right? Because even if you're in a low rank right now, it doesn't matter, bro. I'm giving you pro level tips, and I think you should go for it no matter what. So, let's just say you are bumping a new player, right? And your mindset right now is going offense, but you also want to be aware too, because let's just say in 2 seconds, like you're gonna stop and you're gonna already prepare to throw offense. If I were you, don't throw it yet and see what they're gonna do first, because
Okay.
okay. Yeah, because look what happened like throughout our set, best of 5, right? You still throw the whiff and I threw this, right? Or I did this, right? I say it's better yet. Give it like, count yourself in your mind 2 seconds. If you notice that 2 seconds, they're still blocking, right? Because they're afraid that you're going to hit first, because we're already in this distance, right? Then fuck it. Attack first. Or number 2, if you want to be on a safe side, you could try to, even though it's a risk, right? Because you know about microducks, right? Like, oh, but what if they microduck, right? You might as well take the risk. Plus, it's okay. Remember what I told you. If this is still the beginning of the round and none of you haven't got a hit, it's okay to take the risk. If you get hit, oh well, it happens. You got hit. But if you notice that, if you still want to be on the safe side, right? And they're still in a blocking distance, and let's just say, oh, you don't want to throw the whiff, because what if they actually decide to right away waste their, 1 meter to armor through, right? Okay, then fuck it. Then you can go in then, and then just go for a throw. That's what I would do. Or if let's just say he's in a block, stance, right? And you notice that he's not, what you call a fuzzy block. You know what a fuzzy block is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing. If you notice he's not fuzzy blocking and he's just standing the entire time. Okay, fuck it. I could just do this, the low kick, right? Or same thing. If I'm in a crouch position, okay, fuck it. With Takeda, you might as well do the overhit that he does. Right? So,
Right.
that's, to answer your question, if I was you, right? That's how you should approach to it. So.
We do that same thing again?
Which one? This one?
That one, yeah. Just
Yeah.
keep doing that. I can't block that. It's no.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need it anymore. Okay.
Okay, and then number 2 of flowcharts, because remember, there's a lot to learn about flowcharting. And then once you learn a lot, then you're pretty much gonna be a fucking demon. Like, you're gonna make them think like you're someone from the future, right? So number 2, and I did told you this earlier, is finding bad habits. I'm gonna type this shit down. Finding bad habits. And let me share the screen, right? Finding bad habits. And then number 3, noticing what are they blocking the most. because that's very important too, right? Because the number 3 didn't went through. I don't know why, but whatever. You get what I mean. So these are the 3 beginners steps, right? There's a lot to cover. But since you're new to this whole defensive flow chart, and I don't want to overload your mind, right? Because the point of me, having these sessions with you, kind of like I do with other clients, is step by step, like one step at a time. Because if I start giving you everything now, you're gonna be like so overworked, and then your mind is gonna be everywhere. And I feel like,
And then
I'm
I
not
won't
gonna
even do
help
the
you.
flow chart right.
Huh?
And then I won't even do the flow chart right.
Yeah, and not only that, but like the fact that we talk about defensive flow chart, how to deal with, corner pressures, all these things that I'm telling you, right? Like, and let's just say, okay, now you're already in your own time labbing yourself, or, doing it with the friend, right? Because maybe you're going to try to pull this off against your buddies or, whoever. Or same thing online, casual matches at least, right? Like, you're gonna overwork yourself if I start giving you everything. And that's why, like, you know day by day, like whenever the next time you schedule me, then we'll get to the next step. So this is like the first step, the first 3 steps that I want you to study on defensive flow chart. Once you get through these first 3 steps, then I'll tell you step 4, step 5, and then from there, right? um then we'll move on to how do you use offensive flowchart, which I actually explained to you, right? And it's actually very simple. Matter of fact, it's the simplest thing that I can teach you. Actually, that's something I can teach you right now because it's not a lot compared to um defensive flowchart. Because defensive flowchart, the level of defensive flowchart is actually advanced level, whether you believe it or not. So,
Like
we're
just
gonna put,
talking about flowchart is advanced.
huh?
Like just talking about flowchart is advanced.
Uh, in general, yes or no, because if we're gonna talk about defensive, that's actually advanced. And the reason why I'm telling you it's advanced is because you know how I told you, like, you cannot draw these things during your matches, but the point of this is learning how to mentally draw them in your mind as you're studying, your matchup, like during your matchup, right? Because you know how I adapt to your anti-airs and all of that, and and it only happened during our match. It's not like something like, oh, I lost for the day, and here we are, we're meeting again the next day, and then it's like, oh, you probably must have studied me after our match, right? No, because you've seen it yourself, right? You've seen it yourself how I adapt to your anti-airs, right? That's the goal. Is I want you to learn how to like adapt during the game. You know what I'm saying? Like looking for bad habits of your opponent, everything that I just told you about.
So since right now I'm mostly trying to like block me real quick.
Hmm.
Block me? Yeah. I'm mostly trying to work off of that just because a block stand 1 gives like a really good space. Takeda stand 1. If I don't want the space, then I'll finish the string. But I like working off of that into a whiff punish.
Yeah.
The advice I'm taking right now, besides the Jax tech, if I can pull that off, is do this instead of whiff punishing. Well, I mean, do this back whiff punish. If it works, and combo off it. But if I do this and they are still blocking, just wait 2 seconds, see what they do before I start my offense again.
Yeah.
And like give myself time to watch what they're doing.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do, and that's actually correct because it's funny that I'm bringing up about offensive flowchart because what you just said right now, that's actually part of offensive flowchart if you don't believe it or not, and I'm gonna tell you why. You know how I told you when we first introduce each other, how you always want to go in with the plan. So
Yeah.
you know how let's just say for example, let me change to Peacemaker. You know how I immediately, when I start a game, I always look like, oh,
Peacemaker.
and of course, you watch me play Combat League. You see how right away I just start like I know what I'm about to start, right? And it's because I'm going by offensive flowchart. Also, aka mental stacking, which it's the same thing, just different fields, but I'll tell you at least the offensive flowchart side. So if you could pick a
Shang
stage right away.
Tsung's laboratory.
And let's just say, okay, I'm gonna do this myself, right? Because this is me teaching you how I would go about it. So I'm gonna just put peace. And let me share the screen.
Yep.
So let's just say, okay, now offensive flowchart. Now this is not advanced level. This is actually simple level. Why is it simple level? Because it's basically you, the creator, coming with all these stack of what I like to call ammunition. Ammunition because it's like whenever the game starts, you're already basically like Batman. You're coming in with prep time already of your
Right.
offense. So let's just say, okay, I'm in a game with you, right? And this is actually simple because it's the same thing. This has to come in your mind. Now, if you want, yeah, sure, you can have a computer, a notebook in front of you. But once you're in the local, since you do say there is a local nearby your area, but once you're in a local, you want to have plans already mentally and stacked within your mind, right? So let's just say I'm Peacemaker, right? Okay, here we are, beginning of the game. My offensive flowchart is gonna be, I'm gonna put E, Eagly, right? And then I'm gonna put P, pistol. I'm gonna put S plus P. That stands for sector plus pressure. What do I mean by sector plus pressure? Let me go back to the screen. Basically, I mean this. I'm calling sector, doing all this shit. Darts, right?
Oh, that is annoying, huh?
Yeah. And then same thing. My other mental offensive flowchart stack can also be this. Like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I go for this when I see a, you know, an opportunity of a whiff punish, because you whiff something, right? That's not safe. And if I have enough space, okay, I'm going for that whiff punish. That's what you call offensive flowchart. You're coming in with already an idea of a plan, like how you want to approach your gameplay. So if I'm Peacemaker, and let's just say I'm in a mood of going zoning, like I want to be an asshole, and I don't care if you're gonna end up being toxic with me at the end of the day, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm focusing on trying to get the win, so I don't care if you hate me or love me for it, right? I feel like playing a zoning game, so you know what? I'm gonna start off the game like this. This is gonna be my game plan. Pure zoning. Sector, this, that. Okay, well how about if they're in my face? Oh, guess what? If they're in my face, I already have a plan. I'm gonna do this shit, right? As a whiff punish.
Right.
Or I'm gonna do this shit, right? If I see an opportunity. And then same thing. I'm gonna do this shit if I see an opportunity, right? And let's just say I land it, right? Like if you stop blocking. Like I'm gonna do this shit. Like this is gonna be my plan too, like my combo routes. That's another thing that you want to also list down in your notes, right? On your offensive flowchart. You want to list down what are your combo routes, like what's the plan when you get these hit confirms, like what are the most combo routes you're gonna go for. And if I were you, is if you're gonna go for meterless combos, right? Because let's just say during the game, right? During your games, let's just say if you're in a situation, or same thing, beginning of the round, because you know that both of us are gonna start with 1 meter until one of us, you know, gets hit. Because we both know that if one of us land the first hit, we're gonna get rewarded for the second meter, right? So, but let's just say you're in a situation or in a final round situation that you have no meter. you want to list down in your notes, like, what are the best meterless option routes that I could go for? Like, if I'm able to get that hit confirmed, right? What's the combo that I should go for the meter or meterless, right? Like, when I don't have the meter. You want to write that down. Same thing with the meter. If you do have meter, right? And I'll show you an example. Since I have a full meter, right? Like, okay, if I have a full meter, this is going to be like one of my, you know, high damaging combo routes. Right?
Right.
Or same thing, if I want to use a big fat meter, which, let's go to the corner. Oop. Right? This is going to be my combo route for corner punishes. So, like, if I'm able to get that jump confirmed, right? Oh, well, he didn't land up, but usually that's what happens, right? Like, this is gonna be like my plan. There you go. So that's what you want to write down in your notes too, is you want to write down on your notes like what, you know, meter or big boy damage combo routes I want to go for. That's offensive flowchart. It's pretty much like you being Batman with prep time. That's what it is.
Okay. So how am I thinking of this right? With something really quick?
That's a whiff punish.
Alright, so if I bang, then when it stops lagging, I'll do combo like here. This isn't the full one, I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
It's the one where it's
It's okay if you don't land it, because obviously it's lagging too, but I get what you mean.
yeah, it's 45%. That's probably what I'm gonna do if I have 1 meter, 45% 1 meter. Like, that's too good to pass up. So I need if I get the confirm.
Oh, that was nice.
If
You got
I want
somewhere.
something safe, if I want something safer, it's corner carry. Oh. Fuck now. Your thumbs ever hurt when you?
It's muscle memory for me. I mean, fun fact, let me tell you this. When I was studying Natara's flight cancels, oh yeah, my thumb hurt a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's the only
My
reason I
thumb
haven't
was-
played home series.
My thumb was so
Actually,
sore.
I have a sore spot on my thumb just from doing the input so
Same
much.
thing
This
with,
this shit.
Which I know you have trouble, which is Omni-Man. Same thing with Omni-Man. Like, when he's doing all these dashes, right? Like, when I first picked them up, oh yeah, dude, my fingers were so tired because it's like, dude, how can I, you know, spam all these dashes and do the nastiest fucking combo that I can do with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing with
Right.
him, bro. And depending how Ghostface is, well, I hope it's not like that, but we'll see how Ghostface comes out. Like, how he is.
I really hope they actually make a grab game.
We'll see, man.
Okay, actually no, I think if I do this one combo, it does enough damage that even if I drop it, I'll be happy with the damage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna do combo practice right now. So that is what I do off this. If I'm playing games with the shimmy and I land it, I can't use that starter. Should I go into the wreck of it? No, that's no damage. I can still get damage off that.
Yeah. You're doing good, man.
Okay, I can do some cameo.
And then another thing that I want you to be aware of
Okay.
is
30% easy combo.
yeah. And another thing I want you to be aware of, since we just talked about defensive
You're cutting
flowchart
out.
and offensive flowchart, right?
Right.
Oh, I'm cutting out.
A little bit.
Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Since we're talking about defensive flowchart and offensive flowchart, right? What I also want you to also keep in mind is don't forget that not only maybe you're going to be the only one that's good when it comes to defensive flowchart, but there's going to be other players, actually a lot of players, including in the pro scene level too, like, or even locals, same thing, because it can happen in locals. Just keep in mind that other players, they would understand defensive flowchart and offensive flowchart too. So like, let's just say if they start picking up your game plan, your offense plan, right? They starting to see, you know, your bad habits, what is it that you're blocking the most from them and stuff like that, right? If I were you, because I actually do this, if I were you, depending how you take notes, like what's your plan A with your offensive flowchart, if I was you, you should write also plan B of offensive flowchart. Plan C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, right? Like, you want to make sure you have tons of stack of ammo, just in case if they start adapting to your play style. And then try to also have that mental as well. And don't always go by the script, because also you also want to see during like real time matches, right? What are they blocking the most from you, and what is it that they're learning from you? Kind of like what we did earlier, best of 5. How I learned that you kept doing a Spider-Man move, and you know all I had to do was just fucking down to, right? So, and if that was your every time plan, and let's just say I'm doing it every time, I'm adapting now to your game plan. Like at that point, you should start adapting, like, you know, your offense and approach me differently now. Because if you approach me the same way and I'm just punishing you everything now you're doing, best believe the game is mine now because I already know how you're playing. And it's gonna happen a lot in locals, that's for sure. Including in pro level scenes. Hell, even in your first game. I mean, maybe in locals, it may not happen to your first game, but like once you get to, you know, that one strong player maybe in your local, because of course, most pros players would say locals is easy. I'll say it's bullshit. Don't ever say that, man, because what if undercover Ninja Killer was in the local? Are you gonna say it? That's gonna be easy? I doubt it, right? So you can't underestimate any opponent. And same thing, if you're in a local situation, same thing. You cannot underestimate your opponent because you might never know, your opponent might surprise you, and you just got to be prepared for whatever
Okay.
the situation.
So when
is.
we're talking about plan A, B, C.
Yeah, so like let's just say for example.
We're going on. Me trying to this.
Yeah. So like let's just say that's your game
You block
plan,
it. Okay.
right? And I'm learning a lot from it. Same thing, I could armor through it, right? Because it's like, okay, he's gonna go for that. You know what? I'm gonna armor through it, or I'm gonna let him hit, and then I'm gonna, you know, try to move in quickly, noticing that it's a major punish, right? Move in quickly, do my combos, and you know, yada yada, right? And let's just say
Right.
that was your
I
first
start
game
blocking
plan.
it.
And yeah, you're all like, oh shit, he's adapting to my shit. You know what? Okay, plan B. I don't know. I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna, you know, do, like if I was Peacemaker, right? And let's just say my original game plan was, you know, going, you know, defense, like pure zoning, right? But you're adapting it real quick. Like, let's just say you're block, walk, block, walk, block, walk, or duck, walk, duck, walk. Oh, I'm already right here, right? You're already in my face, and I'm like, oh shit. Okay, plan B. I'm going offense now, because I have no choice. It's no longer flight mode anymore. It's fight mode. So I gotta fight this guy now. And same thing. Even if let's just say I have an offensive plan, but you're blocking my offense too, then plan C, I have to notice first, and this is where plan C gets tricky, because plan C would only work if this happens. So like, let's just say I'm doing this, right? The headbutt, right? You know how you can micro duck it? Let's just say I'm doing this, right? That's my offensive plan. I'm doing this, but you end up blocking the low too. Doing this, I'm doing this. I'm doing everything I can with the offensive, but you're blocking everything now, and it's like, damn, I can't open this guy up. So you know what? Plan C. So, and depending how well you adapt during your gameplays, and I get it, I don't expect everybody to be perfect because it takes time. I understand that. So I don't expect you to be perfect the next time we meet, but hopefully you get some idea of it, you know what I'm saying? So in order for plan C to work, you have to see first what are they doing there, what is it that they're doing right, what are they actually blocking, right? Because there has to be one attack that they're missing, that they're not expecting, right? The least move. Like, I can tell you the least move that that players don't really expect from Peacemaker, and you'll be surprised by this. So the least move that I know for Peacemaker players that they
I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
What? What is it? Let me guess. Is it this one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one. But there's
Yeah.
another one. Which one you think it
Because
is?
they.
Let's just say you're moving in crazy, right? What's that Omni-Man annoying poke move that he does? You should know what it is, because he actually
Low
has
into the
this...
overhead.
Huh?
The overhead. The
No. I even say he pokes it out, so that means it has to be a leg or an arm. And Peacemaker actually has the same exact move that Omni-Man does, and that's quite surprising given the fact that he's Peacemaker. And this isn't even Omni-Man. So like, let's just say you're moving in, right? Peekaboo. Nobody doesn't even expect this Peacemaker move. Why? Because you don't see not even a single Peacemaker using this string. Why? I don't fucking know why. I really... Dude, even in the mirror game, I don't even see Peacemaker using this in the mirror game. I feel like I'm the only one using this string, right? So...
Right.
There has to be that, you know, there has to
Unexpected
be that,
string.
Yeah, there has to be that one string or a specific attack, a specific attack that they're not expecting from you. And then from there, then plan C. You do that, you do all this, and then I'm pretty sure that if you're landing it most of the time, like you're getting this hit confirmed, I guarantee you, there's gonna be a 20% involved in their heads where now they're gonna start getting frustrated, like, oh fuck, now he's adapting to me, and now they have to adapt their defensive flowchart. So
Right. Okay.
yeah,
So I should have that expected string for get at the right.
yes,
Okay. The thing people never fucking expect. Me really quick. So if I'm block low. So if I'm doing this, it's working. The way in, people think they can reverse off, but it's +1. Like right there, you can see it's +1.
yeah.
So that's can I cancel off that? No, I can't. So I can. Is that the same timing? Same timing, yeah. Okay. That's a high. That's a mid.
Yeah, you can do that, because I guarantee you, And if you learn how to mix it up, right? Which is called conditioning, right? So let me explain to you
Right.
about conditioning real quick. Because that's what you
Yeah.
call conditioning in reality. So like let's just say I've been doing this the entire time, right? Now the third time, I'm actually gonna end the string. So like let's just say you were blocking, you know, this the whole time. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now I'm going 1, 2, 3. I'm actually ending my string this time, right? You could do that. And you could do the same thing with the special. So I could be like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, eagly.
Right.
Same thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, pistol. Meter version, 1, 2, 1, 2. So what you just showed me in the corner, you could do something like that. You could mix it up. And you know how you did the high kick with the, yeah, with that? But that first hit that you did, the right, yeah, that. Mix it up. Do that. Do you know, the projectile, and then do the actual kick where, yeah, like that, where you apply the second kick. Mix it up, because
Okay.
at some point in time, now this was Sonic Fox, yeah, this shit will be almost nearly impossible, but I doubt it. Almost like some matches, right? They're gonna end up falling for one mix-up. I guarantee you, every fucking time. They're gonna end up, you know, falling for one of them at least, or two of them best. Every fucking time. And the reason why I know this is because it happens to me too. When the player mixes me up, shit, it happens to me too. So if there's a weakness in me, there's a weakness of everybody. Keep that in mind. Keep that quote in mind. Everyone has a weakness, just like Vegeta says from Dragon Ball Z. You just gotta find that weakness, bro. The weak spot.
Yo, the Omni-Man beat. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Would Omni-Man beat Vegeta?
No, not really. Vegeta could beat Omni-Man. I mean,
Okay, never mind. That's that.
why? You think Omni-Man could beat Vegeta?
Um. One
I
out of
can-
9 times. Like 1 out of 10 is a
So,
where
so
he
you
beats
think Vegeta could beat
Vegeta,
Omni-Man?
but once. Most of the time, but I really kill Vegeta.
I mean, if Vegeta doesn't distract himself with his ego, sure. But if he starts acting cocky, yeah, then Omni-Man might win. Because
But
if
he
you
would totally
notice-
act cocky. Totally.
Because if you remember, you know, the Vegeta and the Frieza fight, that was the only time that I would say he wasn't even cocky. He was actually being serious as fuck. So if he could beat that Vegeta, same thing with Barris, right? When he slapped the shit out of Bulma, even though he didn't knock him down, but damn, he showed him like, yo, he got hands, right? Because even Barris made a
Right.
face like, oh shit, he's actually punching me for real, bro. Like, yeah, if he could be that Vegeta, yeah, sure, he'll win. But if he beats the Vegeta that we are familiar with, like when he fought Cell, and actually, he actually could have killed Cell, but the fact that he let him escape because he wanted Cell as his full potential, nah, motherfucker. The point is saving Earth, so I gotta kill him as fast as I can. You know what I'm saying? Why you gonna let him escape? Yeah, he was stupid for that. Or number two,
I don't think against
When he
Omni-Man, he
fought-
probably wouldn't get too much. Omni-Man is a really he's really good at actually intimidating. So I think Vegeta would realize, okay, it's a joke.
yeah. So it can go either way. That's what I'll say. But if Vegeta is actually
Yeah.
being serious, maybe.
Also, when it comes to doing the jumps,
Yeah.
doing cross-ups in this game is really difficult.
Yeah.
Maybe
it
I
is.
just have a lot of trouble. How can I make jumps safe? Is that just
So to make jump safe is you need to find. If I'm Peacemaker, I could go like. I could go like that.
Do it on wake up. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, you gotta find. It can either work on jump, or actually, yes, jump, because you're asking about jump. So after a knockdown, right, something heavy. And let's just say, yeah, nah. That time, I'll actually react. So maybe with Takeda, I would have to change Takeda for this, but
That one, this one, it sends you a little far.
yeah, I would actually
Wait,
react to it
this-
if you were to jump on me. See?
Okay, yeah, if that hits. Then throw,
You
okay.
can go for an empty jump if you expect me to block, like bait me, or yeah, or do the low. And that's if I don't react to it in time, like knowing like, oh, you did an empty jump, like I figured, right? But of course, not everybody's gonna figure that. So, the trick way to find out how to get an empty jump is to see first what's the fastest startup, and then basically, and here's another cheat code too. Since you got Jax, you can help Jax to keep you safe. You know what I'm saying? So if I am looking for that jump and trying to anti-air you, or Peacemaker, since I could actually throw a dart and combine it to a combo, because he can actually do that. I could combine it to a combo. Yeah, you could have Jax in to try to keep you safe in case if I'm looking for that anti-air. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so if I do, I could do.
Yeah, see that?
Oh.
So that technically is a cheat code of safe jumping. Now, without the cameo, you're gonna have to experiment what keeps it a safe jump. Oh wait, do that again, like itself. I'm gonna. Oh, okay, there you go. I wasn't able to up block when you did that, because that's the important part. If I can't up block it, I can't get that major punish that most likely every high level players are gonna want. You know what I'm saying? Because we all mostly are craving for a major punish, always. And that should be your mindset too.
Craving for what?
A major punish.
Right.
So. But at least with Jax, now you know. So that's one thing that you should keep in note. It's a good thing I'm recording this too. So, that's one thing to keep note. At least now you got that down with Jax. Now you got to figure it out. How can I make a safe jump without Jax? Like, without a cameo. You know what I'm saying? So, now you got to experiment that part. Do that again.
You can't block me. Can't.
Oh wait. Do it again.
Okay. Then.
Oh shit. Okay, no.
One
more time.
I want to get the frame data on. Frame data. Block. Can you up block? Minus 15. Okay,
Negative 15,
that's
yeah.
okay. Does that actually hit people, or are they usually gonna?
What?
Like, let's say, boom, you block on wake up. This.
I mean, I don't think you'll hit like every time, unless if it's a player that I don't know that he's just dozing off and not reacting to it, and you could get a hit
Unless
confirm.
I fall asleep. Yeah.
Yeah, then I would just take advantage.
Okay. Then having that ready is probably pretty important. And imagine that landed.
Yeah. All right. You have any more questions? Because I think this would be a great starter for today. I would love to go over more, but obviously, like I said, I don't want to overload you. I think it's better if we
Yeah,
take it one step
it
at
is
a
a
time.
lot. Yeah, especially with the defense flow. That's hard
Yeah,
for me
the
to.
defense flow, we have a
about.
lot to cover, but you can start those 3 steps that I told you.
And the 3 steps were just the first step that was practical.
The 3 steps I told
look
you.
for a whiff punch was you gotta.
Yeah, I gotta play it back.
I think the
So I told you number
I
1.
can play it back too.
So number 1 was find a style that your opponent is playing.
Right,
So
and yeah, I can do that in the very first.
Yeah. So like we're
Just
gonna
by
be
what they
dancing
do.
around right now until I commit going fully forward. That means I'm planning to go offense. If I'm going backwards, I'm planning to go zoning. Number 2,
Right.
finding bad habits. Kind of like what you did with the Spider-Man move that you gotta chill because you made it so obvious that I feel like that was your bad habit. All I had to do was down 2. So if I'm able to find your bad habits, find your opponent's bad habits as well. And number 3, noticing what are they blocking the most. So if I'm blocking, let's just say your overhead whiff, then you need to stop doing that, especially because you don't know and you gotta know that whiff that you throw, right? I can armor through it. You can actually armor through that string. So if I
Yeah, so
wanted
I don't
to,
want you to.
yeah, if I wanted to, right? If I wanted to, the next time you do it, I'm just gonna armor through it. So you want to
Your
come down
mic is
with
peaking
that.
a lot.
What?
Mic is peaking a whole lot.
Oh, can you hear it?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So I said, same thing. When you were throwing a lot of your whiffs, right? And the fact that you do it so obvious, there's 2 ways I can actually counter that string of yours. Either up block it or armor through it. So
Okay.
always expect that. So notice what they're blocking the most. And whatever it is that they're blocking the most, approach your offense game. And find ways to open them up. Because that's the goal. The goal is to opening them up. If you can't open them up, you're never gonna finish the round. And technically the round's gonna be theirs. Because if, let's just say, they somehow know how to open you up, that's gonna look bad on you. And then, number 4, which actually, yeah, or no, yeah, it is number 4. So number 4, when it comes to defensive flowchart, you want to see with all the bad habits, the 3 steps that I'm giving you, draw the mind map in your mind. And the reason why I'm saying in your mind, obviously, is the goal is trying to adapt during your gameplays. That's why I was able to adapt your anti-air. I was able to adapt your, the whipping that Takeda does, the string, right? That one. Like, I was able to adapt that because you were doing it every freaking time. And then, like I said, I was able to armor through it. Look at that. And you don't want to do that because if you do it every time, and let's just say I have enough meter to spend, and I'm in a mood of, just getting through that pressure. Like, screw it. I'm going to get through the pressure. Or I'm going to just suck it up. And then once it's my turn, right, I'm going to just quickly, dash forward and just punish you, right? Or same thing. I could dash forward and just grab you, right? So you want to draw mind maps of their bad habits and what they're blocking the most, and then from there, that's pretty
And have
much
an option
all
for each bad habit.
Huh?
In the mind map, make a your new for example, if you do the long
Link?
poke into actually no, yeah, I'll talk about Peacemaker, not noob right now. Yeah, let's say if you do like do the 2-2 grab really quick. Right. So I know you would do that. If you are addicted to that string, like a maker's, then I would block. Right.
And that right
Another-
there,
another
I
thing
just
that I do.
noticed you poke. If I were you, just combo off.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do it
Yeah,
again.
because you want to do that. Because what I noticed players is when they micro duck, they're using like basically fighting game 101 mistakes. If you see an opportunity, don't just go for a grab or go for a poke. If I'm doing this, right? If this was like a Peacemaker mirror and I'm noticing a Peacemaker is gonna like do this, right? Fuck it. I'm a micro duck and then I'm gonna just go combo. Remember, the point is you're trying to get that fast stub, and in order to get that fast stub, you have to seek every opportunity possible. So if I'm going for this and you micro duck it, don't do one hit or don't do a grab. Go for that combo. Even better, if this was a final round situation, right? And remember, the main goal in the final round is if your opponent has full meter still and you don't, or same thing, even if you do, I mean, you both have to have the same mind goals, is, you know, having the other do the breaker before, you know, the other does. So you want to find ways to force me to use my full meter to, you know, to do the breaker. That's another thing
Okay.
too. So if you find micro duck opportunities, immediately just use the best damage combo that you can do, like the highest damage combo.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try to get out of my head and
Yeah, I know.
step
it's,
one. Yeah, step
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
See what their first playstyle is right off the. And I think I could put that into the like strategies of zoning, rush down. Rush down can include jumping. And I'll call it neutral if they just stand still.
Yeah. And then remember that
Okay,
picture I sent
right.
you?
Right.
Okay. What do you think that picture is for?
Yeah. Which picture you sent me to?
The first picture I sent you.
Going back.
You know the one where it showed like,
Offense, defense, neutral. Oh, okay, I see it.
okay. So what do you think all this
Okay.
is for? This is for like everything I'm telling you right now. So for example, if you're
Gotcha.
Takeda, you should know one, how you should approach all these fields. So go one step at a time. That's why you see them kind of separated, right? So neutral game.
Right.
How should you move your neutral game with your Takeda? Try to like list
Is
all those
stay
fields,
like at around
right?
here. Okay.
And then same thing with offense. Like, it's kind of like what I told you, like offensive flowchart. That's pretty much like, this is the cheat sheet of immediately like filling in, you know, those boxes that related to the first picture I sent you. Same thing. Offensive. What do I mean by offense? That means it's focusing on you. Your offensive flowchart, right? Like your offensive flowchart, how you should approach, what frame trap you should go for, low attack, combo execution. What I mean by combo execution is basically going for the highest, nastiest damage that of Takeda, right? Like
Right.
500, 600, whatever is the highest damage you could figure out, including most importantly with the team that you're rocking. Since you got Jax, figure out what's the nastiest, highest combo you can do with your Jax combined. And then defense, it's the same thing. It's also focusing yourself, but oh, look what it says on that first picture. It says opponent's pattern. So that also means focusing like the defensive flowchart on my field. So if my defensive flowchart is, you know, doing this, doing at, you know, doing the annoying shit, the zoning, right? That's defensive flowchart. Like, okay, I'm noticing Peacemaker, he's only doing the pistol, he's only doing the darts, he's doing like the sector pressure combined with his pistol, he's doing the eagly. Okay, now I figure him out. I know how I should be approaching this situation. Kind of like that Natara video that I showed you in real time in an actual tournament setting match when I figure out my opponent's Peacemaker, and the fact that he was so ass that even in this distance, in this distance, it doesn't make sense for Peacemaker to still play the zoning game, because what's gonna happen? Block. Okay, and after I do this, I want you to immediately punish me. Look at my frame.
20.
You didn't punish me. Look at my frame. See? I can't even recover.
Okay.
Same thing. If
right.
I were to do, let's just say, the meter version, right? I want you to use the quickest attack that you could, you know, find from Takeda.
Reach. Okay.
Even if it's a special move. Oh, there you go. I'm screwed.
Okay.
I can't block. I won't get punished. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay. For the first picture and the second picture you sent me, what is the actual difference between the pictures besides the second one being how you imagine Sonic Fox?
Okay, so basically, this is more like the advanced level. So like in the second picture, which I will help you probably on our next session, like, but you can get a head start of this. So basically what I mean by strength, weakness, characters, this is actually exploring all fields of, you know, not only your characters, but also the full roster, or at least the matchup that you're having most trouble. So for example, you told me in the Metafy when you answered my question that you have mostly trouble with Omni-Man. You could go into Omni-Man
You're peaking a lot now.
Huh?
You're peaking a lot again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is more like focusing in all fields of the characters. Now, I don't expect you to study every freaking roster. If you want, you can at least study, if you want, your, you know, hardest matchup. You told me that Omni-Man was one of your hardest matchup, right? Including noobs, right? So
Right.
what I want you to do is study, you know, what is your, and not only that, but yourself as well. So one is, first, figure yourself out. What are your greatest strengths, for example, if you're a Takeda main? What is your greatest strength of Takeda? What is your greatest
Range.
weakness of Takeda? Character archetypes. Basically
Gaps.
meaning like figuring out, okay, after all this investigation of my strengths and weaknesses, I like to believe that Takeda is in the field of an offensive player. And he actually is, because he relies on neutral. For example, what I could tell you about Peacemaker is, yes, he has all these offensive game, but I'm gonna be 100 with you. His offensive is trash, because let me tell you why.
Yeah.
His only, and I want you to try armoring this, right? Get in block mode and try to armor this. His only safe string out of all strings of Peacemaker is this. See that? That's his only safe string. Oh, hold up. That's his only safe string. This one right here. Versus all of this, you can armor through, right? Same thing this. Hell, even this. And it sucks. So that means his greatest strength, honestly, is what you people hate the most, is zoning. That's his greatest strength. His greatest strength is zoning. That means he's a zoner. He's a Sony fucking character. That's what character archetype means. And then you have all these pretty much simple things that you should be able to understand, like capitalize on mistakes. That means like capitalize on your opponent's mistakes, taking advantage of getting that major punish, right? Identifying punishable moves. That includes yourself. Like what punishable move that they could punish against my Takeda? Like what can they armor through? What can they punish that if I were to do a full string and let's just say I have a slow recovery to it without them having to need to use their armor and they could just actually use like a normal string, right, to punish off of me.
Block for me. Block really quick. I know every single hit of this is punishable as hell, plus the gaps. So Takeda is block pressure unless I mix in the down pokes a lot.
Yeah.
That's just not what he's good at. The only way he's good at that is with this one. Stand one and 4-3 is plus. And I like playing block pressure a lot. So it's a stretch to make it work with Geta. But I think for my offense game plan to mostly is get them worried about the block. They really and I dodge out of the way of them. So I'm doing this, blah blah, blah. And then they try to poke. Right.
Yeah, okay, I get you.
Right, and then they don't know when to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just basically any shimmy character. Oh, his shimmy. Greatest. Every move that has range, it's reactable and has a gap.
Okay, where do you think that
So
shimmy, like in that field, is gonna be on the second picture of the Sonic Box method? Basically, that what you just mentioned is gonna be where it says control pace. That means controlling pace of the game. Not now.
Okay.
What I mean by controlling pace of the game is not only yourself, but the position of the mapping. So like, okay, how am I going to control the whole stage? Because I want to own the stage. I want to own the footsie game. I want to own a neutral game. But how can I do that? With Peacemaker, I can go like, if you're going to like, you know, dash forward, sure, I can do this. I can do that. I can do, you know, whiff punish if I'm able to pull it off. And that's only if you whiff something, right? So that's what I mean. Controlling, you know, the stages, controlling the pace of the game. And then obviously you got the simple terms like practice consistently. You should know what I mean by that. Same thing, general game plan mechanics. That basically means like understanding like how you should be spending your meter and how when you should not be spending your meter. Pretty much the basic shit that I told you from the very beginning. Special moves, that's actually easy. It's just understanding like your character's special move and then how can you apply them in combos and stuff like that. So that's actually easy.
Right.
Combo inputs, that's pretty much what I kind of told you. Combo inputs is like also figuring out like how to make it work with, for example, if you're going to be rocking like seriously this team, this Takeda and Jax of yours, also like understand combo inputs of not only Takeda himself, without using Jax, but also with Jax, how can you come up with great ass combos with Jax? And then obviously you got the basic ass term that you should be able to understand like combos and prioritize fundamentals. Now, I know this is something that people would kind of not understand, and it's kind of like what we're discussing now. Prioritize fundamentals is pretty much like all these terminology that I'm giving you: defensive flowchart, offensive flowchart, conditioning, fuzzy block, right? That's prioritize fundamentals. It's basically understanding like the terminology of fighting games that not all pro players are gonna tell you. They're only gonna tell you the basic shit like, oh, footsies and neutral, and pretty much that's what they mostly tell you, including some YouTubers I'm not gonna name because I'm not trying to build beef or anything, but they don't get in deep aspects. That's what I'm showing like you here. And I guarantee you, if we keep working together like this, you're probably gonna be the next monster player like me, either in the same level like me, or you might never know. You might surprise me. You might surpass my level, and I would actually be fucking proud of you if you end up like smoking the shit out of me. So,
Yeah, right now, how I'm viewing just the like level 1 game plan is what do I do at close, what do I do at mid. Far is a mix of this. Wait, far. That, and I can fake him out with that thing.
yeah, I mostly see Takeda players do that. Like, for example, I would see them like full screen, and then you throwing the thing, right? You throwing the thing, right? And then I'll see some players like moving forward, and Takeda, of course, throwing the middle one. Yeah, that works too. Even if, like, remember what I told you? No matter what, even if, like, let's just say I end up blocking everything, what do you think it's working in the end? Eating my fucking chips. It's eating my health. Still, because this is a Mortal Kombat game. Now, if this was Street Fighter, sure, yeah, then that's bad. That's where, okay, Street Fighter is Street Fighter. I would teach you the ways of how you should approach Street Fighter. But obviously, we're not doing that. This is Mortal Kombat, so I'm showing you how to be a better, Mortal Kombat player in a pro level aspect. Including like if you're gonna be one of those players that hopefully like you're trying to make it far or possibly win a local, and I'll actually be proud of you if you end up winning first place like one day, right? Hell, even if you're
I
like
told you,
top four, top something.
I'm probably not gonna go to the low 3 hours away and almost know 8 people. Like I'm not. I'm not.
Oh. Well, same thing. Even if like you're trying to make it far in rank, I mean that's still something, right? So same thing. Like I'm teaching you the ways of how us pros be doing this. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
And as you see,
Okay.
numbers don't lie. My status don't lie. I hit Elder God like nothing last season. So I wouldn't be surprised that before this season ends, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit Elder God again. So.
Can you block really quick?
Sure.
I'll block. Okay. I think when it comes to doing the Spider-Man thing, because I'm not going to stop. I think how out is opponents scared of that they don't want to uplock, and then I can jump in with the dumbass mix.
Yeah.
Or and then I hit him with this shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any more questions.
That's pretty much it. And then,
That's very helpful.
kind of like what I told you, after our sessions, I will type out everything that we reviewed, and then that way, like, pretty much you could treat it like your homework, like your reminder of, what we worked on and what you should be focusing on.
I'll treat it like a what?
I said, and remember what I told you, after our sessions, obviously, I'm going to write down, like, everything what we worked on, and then, everything that you should be working on, and then, if you do end up finding like this coach session helpful, and if we do, like, let's just say end up, working again the next time, then of course I'll continue on like working on other things that you should be knowing about. So.
Okay. Now I'm just looking at the terminology I need to find. What in the yellow on the left? What does it mean by off continue?
Which one?
Does in Sonic Fox's 5-step continuous improvement to balance?
Oh, continuous improvement. Basically,
Balance all
as
aspects,
is and
yeah.
adjust is pretty much like adjusting to your game plan, kind of like what I tell you. And not only your
Right.
game plan, but matchup knowledge too. So, like, let's just say, for example, I'm Peacemaker and you're Takeda. This matchup knowledge here, it can actually go 50-50. Why it could go 50-50? Because you have zoning options. I have zoning options too. I have the Eagly, I have the pistol. You have the throwing stars. You have those bombs, the anti-air bombs he keeps throwing. So it could go 50-50. You know what I'm saying? So it could go either way. It could go like maybe you going zoning and I have to push you, or I go zoning and you have to push me. And then obviously, if we meet up like this close in this distance, we have to box each other because we both have
Right.
no choice. We can't get away until we have the opportunity of getting that space game again. Then of course, it's your choice that when you have the space game again, it's your choice to continue on with the zoning game, or same thing with me. If I have the space, I'm gonna continue on with the zoning game. That's what
Gotcha.
I mean.
Okay. And when the balance,
Balance all aspects. That pretty much means balance like everything I taught you, like with the meter, the jacks. Like try not to overuse your cameo, because I feel like players, they overuse their cameo so much to the point that, including like when they mostly need them, to the point like they're trying to make a comeback, including in a final situation, right? In a final round situation, and they're like low health, and it's like you just wasted your opportunity of using your cameo at the right time. When in reality, you should have used it when it would make perfectly sense, when they were either half life, right, or near death, where possibly the cameo could actually help you get the win. You know what I'm saying? So know
right,
the right time when to use the cameo and when not to. And also when
right.
not to overuse your cameo. Like you don't want to zero out your cameo. You want to like
Yeah.
limit it, your cameo choices.
Yeah, and to fix sector, I think play between the ranges, and I make them efficient. I can catch them, and that is them just making a mistake. I can do, like, if I call out or
Yeah.
makes safe.
Not only that, but even just imagine, even if I block your shit, right? Even if I block your shit, dude, I'm still dealing pressure with yours and sectors, right? Which you didn't even do, but it's okay. But I will tell you that's what's gonna happen, right? Now, unless I decide to like before the sector missile, right? But this is where I say baiting is involved, right? So like let's just say you bring out sector, and my plan is I'm gonna armor through that sector missile, right? You could bait me, and depending like what string you use, if it's a fast recovering string after with the sector mix, and you're trying to bait me because maybe you might feel like, oh, I'm probably gonna try to armor through sector because I really don't want to, I don't have no time with sector's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So you
Cutting
could
out
bait
again.
me, block me, and then punish me off for it.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. I said I can hear you.
Yeah, I just switched from my PlayStation to my laptop because 40 minutes over. I'll probably end this soon. Oh, but I couldn't hear you, so now it's better.
Yeah. Any more questions?
No, the only questions I would have is particularly how to use Sector. But that's like an entire fucking thing just because he has a
You
lot of
sound
different
low.
Sorry, I can hear my echo and it's annoying me. One sec. I gotta go back to PlayStation. I hear a really bad echo. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know what an echo is, but can you hear me?
Like, I'm gonna take my headphones off while I talk, and then just because I can't talk with an echo.
Yeah, so like the only question left is particularly what to use Sector for. And also, I think that's mostly just something I have to lab. Um, like just like with Jax, that's like I'm not gonna find that just like someone giving me the answers. I mean, I could go into tournaments, except like even when I looked at like Lavender Rain, Magic T playing Takeda, they don't use Jax for the tech. They mostly use him for the damage, and they're able to like move in and out really well and get the whiff punishes. The only problem I have with Takeda is like he has a really shitty backdash. Like it just doesn't. It's kind of slow and it doesn't. It reminds me of like Reptile from MK9's backdash. Like it's just not. It's just not it. Um. So I gotta be really, really careful when to use that in neutral. Yeah, I don't think I have any more questions. Yeah, and plus my concentration is already like bugging out since like 45 minutes ago. So I think that is all I need for today. I could probably do same time next week.
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, cool. And also during the week when you're on stream, are you all good with me texting and be like, yo, let's do it first to 5?
Oh yeah, bro. I did tell you, man. When subscribers ask me for games or even like a quick life coaching, right? Just to see like basically just to tell me where they're at, right? Like play best of 5 and me judging them like, oh, so what do you think where I'm at now? Like, do I still need to study these fields or did I improve on anything? Same thing, man. I don't mind. Like, don't be shy,
Cool.
man, to ask for games. I'm cool with it.
Also,
I
I
mean,
saw
you
that
just seen on my
forgiveness
last stream,
sent
I
you
was playing with one of my
I saw that
subscribers
forgiveness sent you an invite.
before,
Yeah, I think it's
I
fine.
was
Sick.
labbing with one of my teammates.
What were you saying?
I said, yeah, uh, don't be shy to, you know, ask for games like when I'm on stream. Because if you seen the last stream that I was in, I was actually playing with one of my subscribers before I went back to playing Combat League. And then, yeah, before that, I was also playing with one of my teammates. So don't be shy to ask for games, man. I'm cool.
All right, cool. Next time you're streaming, if I'm on, then I'll hit you up. My boss wants to call me right now, so I gotta go right now. I'll text you later.